G'day, mate.
Hey boys, so one of the most common questions I get asked on stream is people asking for help with their solo R5 team. Now, I do already have a completely free-to-play guide out there. I'll leave a link in the description below to that video, so make sure you check that out as well. But today I just want to showcase my current solo R5 team that is not using free-to-play units and in fact is using one of the cheat codes in the game for solo R5. So let's have a quick look. The unit I'm talking about here is the Deborah. If you have this unit here, this makes your solo R5 team a hell of a lot easier to run because you get significantly more damage out of your bale. Let's get started on some of the runs here and you can check out exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we go. So this is just a standard normal BJ5 team. The only difference is I have replaced the lead that is usually in the team, either the Hua, the Shiwa, or a different attack lead or crit rate lead, maybe the Kali, whatever lead you are probably using, and I've replaced that with Deborah. Now, because of this, we do have to use the Lauren lead, but as a result, we'll see how much damage we do here on the second hit. No defense break there. Okay, so this is actually going to be a little bit of a problem. Of course, we're making a video and we're making a video and of course it derps. Of course it does. Of course. We'll check the next run. We'll check the next run to see how much damage it does. Oh, never lucky, boys. Never lucky. Alright. Take two. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. So we can actually see the damage even before the jump as well. So it's normal BJ5 team there. We have the branding on this time as well. Perfect. And we hit for 83k damage. We actually do a little bit more damage after the jump based on the artifacts that I have on Bale. So we'll see how much we can get here. It can do not much more, maybe like 84 to 85k. Alright, so this time another little slight derp. We didn't, we had derping all over the place. We didn't kill the Colleen or the Deborah on that one, so... Oh, God. But we still get through, right? Still 32 seconds. We only had 4 stacks on Bale for that one. So it is difficult for me to sometimes get a low enough effective HP that the Colleen and the Deborah definitely die after the jump, especially with the glancing and the attack break. So I may have to look at actually removing Lisa from the right-hand side team here, because she's the one that's putting the glancing on. Alright, there we go. They both died. Can we get a nice clean run here? Branding's on, perfect. Defense break, there we go. And 85.5k, there we are. So without the branding on, Bale still hits for around the 66,000 mark, which is actually double the traditional requirements for a Bale for the traditional BJ5 team up where you're using 3 players to do the same thing. So he is hitting, without branding, twice as hard as what he needs to be. And with branding, nearly 3 times as hard. So if you could actually squeeze a little bit more damage out of him, I wouldn't need either of the 2 sides, as long as we could guarantee that we were getting branding on. So no branding that time, and we got 67k. Now you did get to see there the Deborah actually take a turn. So I do have still the Deborah insurance. What that is basically the Deborah has enough speed on him that he moves before the Jansen, and therefore the... Jansen will not take a turn prior to the jump. I also actually have the Deborah insurance in this team as well, where Deborah will move before the Jansen as well. So both Deborah will take a turn and then the Deborah will take a turn. Now let's have a quick look at the runes while that's running. And I'll just show you the runes that are on Bale. He's the main damage dealer, right? He's the one that matters the most. He's on an attack, crit damage, attack build. And this is just the slot 1, 3, and 5. So as much damage as you can get out of him as possible, and high enough crit rate that he only needs the 19% crit rate lead to be at a full 100% crit rate. I'll show you the artifacts. I've gone for the attack up increasing effect, as well as skill 3 crit damage on the right hand side, the attack up effect on the left hand side, as well as some crit damage as max and crit damage as less, and the attack proportional to lost HP. So that's why he does a little bit more damage after the jump, and he's been hit and has a little bit less HP. Now, the reason that this is able to do so much more damage, like I said, is because of the Deborah. She is the cheat code here. So if you have her, the reason that you get more damage out is her passive. It increases the decreasing effect of attack power, defense, and attack speed the enemies receive by 25%. So basically what this means is that the defense break that you are putting onto the boss is increased by an extra 25%. This is what's allowing Bale to hit that a little bit harder and get that way more damage out. I'll have a quick look and I'll just show you guys the runes that are on the rest of the team as well. We might wait for this run to finish just so I can show you, just so we have enough time to sort of quickly go through. You may need to pause the video here if you want to have a look at any of the runes. I'm just going to have to quickly go through them. The runs are so fast that we can't sort of take too much time. So there we go, a sub 30-second run there. So that was basically when everything goes right, we get a 30-second run. And what I mean by right is if we get the brandings on both before and after the jump. Alright, so the right hand side here, sorry, we have my Riley moving first for the attack buff, into Lisa for the full team cleanse. Now this is what I was saying, I may need to take her out because her putting the glancing on is affecting the Colleen and the Deborah dying at the jump there sometimes. But what this does is it allows the full cleanse to go off and I don't need to have will runes on any of the other units in this team. We then have a Crow going for the branding, followed by Rauk for the team up. And then we have Hua going, which is some attack bar pushback. I'll show you the runes on her in a second. And then also the Verd moving last, and he's an attack bar booster. So what that allows is basically this team will just continually take turns and get a second turn, a full rotation off after the jump, and that way the boss doesn't kill them. And then we have Hua going, and then finally we have Verd moving last. So this is just a big damage dealing Verd. This is my Trikaru Verd as well. Now I'll wait for the next run and then I'll show you the left hand side team. See how much damage Bale does here. So no branding this time again, but we still get 67.7 thousand out there. You can fine-tune this team, like I said, a little bit more and get it consistently around the 31 to 29 second mark. For me, this is like, it doesn't make too much difference, an extra 1 or 2 seconds. And I have a lot of these units runed for Siege and not specifically for here. Now, the left-hand side here, we have the Fran moving first into the defense break from Shayna. Branding comes out from Douglas, and then we get the big damage out with Talia. And then just a second branding off with Shiwa after the jump. And Purian then with the perfect AI, he will always do his skill 3. That's why he's in the team here. Attack bar increased by 50%. So what this does is it allows this team, the same as the right hand side team with the attack bar booster, to basically take an extra full rotation before the boss gets to move again. Okay, we'll see. How many more runs have we got to go? Alright, this will be the last run. I'll show you just quick. We'll just watch this last one here. We can just see how Bale goes. So this is what I'm talking about with the insurance, actually. So that's why Degora's on 30 plus 35 speed at a 137 total, as well as Deborah. Because of the higher base speed on Degora, he will move before her, and then Jansen moving last. This is what I mean by the insurance, where basically if we don't do enough damage prior to the jump, those two units will take a turn, just allowing some more time for the other two sides to get a little bit of extra damage out, get you to that jump, and that way you don't get a dirt from Jansen. There we go, branding on the last hit, 85k damage. And that's the 10 runs, so pretty quick. We'll have a look at the average time overall here. Another 29 second run there. Average of 33 seconds. And like I said, we had a fair few derps there at the start there. No missed defense break from the Lauren, which is pretty unlucky. As well as my Colleen and Deborah are not dying a lot of the time, and Bale's only hitting with 4 stacks. So some fine tuning to do there, but that just goes to show that with Deborah in the team here, not even fine tuned, you can basically just slap it in there and your Bale's going to hit so hard that it doesn't matter, and we'll still get a 33 second average. Do me a favor, boys, if this has helped you out at all, leave a like and hit the subscribe button, and make sure you do check out the completely free-to-play solo R5 team if you're having trouble building one and you do not have these units. Thanks very much, boys.